Hey guys, I am Steele. Welcome back. So I want to show you my go-to summer makeup. These really are products that I know work, comfortable with them. I know that they will last all day long. I can be outside in the humidity, I can be sweating, and they won't really budge, they won't really go anywhere. Also, these products do contain SPF, so they're perfect for summertime, so you can feel comfortable being outside. You won't be a burnt little lobster. Let's hop right into it. The first primer I'm going to use is probably going to shock you guys. If you know me at all, it's going to shock you guys. I tried it initially and did not like it because I do not like silicone primers. No thank you. I hate the smooth feeling on my face. I kept giving this primer a try and I use it every single day. It fills in my pores beautifully, so I keep using it even though I'm not a fan of the feeling. It's not as silicone-y feeling as like the Smashbox pore filling primer. That is a whole nother level of silicone. And I am talking about the e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Primer. Don't need a lot of this at all, like that much. It spreads so far, so I'm doing this just in my pore area. The extra product that I feel are on my fingertips, I bring down on my chin and then up a little bit here on my forehead. Okay, next product is also an e.l.f. product. e.l.f. is just killing it these days. This is also part of the e.l.f. Plus, but this is just the Glow collection. I've said multiple times that this is very comparable to my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. It has the same exact pearlized effect it gives your face, but it's a moisturizer and it has SPF 15 in it. I'm gonna do about, one more pump. I have been using this every day. I've had so many people compliment me about my skin, saying how I look so healthy, I look so glowy, and I'm like, oh thanks, it's the primer. It just gives this really pretty sheen on the face. It's gorgeous. I love that it has SPF already in it. For foundation, I've tried several different foundations, you guys. I have. But I always go back to this one. It works so good for my skin. My skin seems to love it. And it stays on forever. It stays on forever. Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Foundation. I mix this with my e.l.f., again an e.l.f. product, my e.l.f. BB cream. This is in the shade Buff. It is darker because especially during the summertime I like to go a little darker with my fake tan. I fake tanned 2 days ago. I know I'm still like super white and a lot of people are like, she fake tanned? Yes, I did. I'm just super duper fair. I always have been. I've never been able to really tan naturally. I tried tanning beds for a little while. It still didn't do anything because I don't tan naturally, and tanning beds aren't good for you anyways. Skin cancer and all that ish. So then I started doing fake tan. It works great. It's fake. So I have been mixing these two products together. This, because it is a BB cream, it is a lighter feel. It does feel a little greasy if you use too much, so be careful. I try to use the smallest amount to darken it up, also to get the SPF in there. This just makes it last all day long. It's my go-to summer foundation. First gonna put some Essence foundation on a flat, oh my gosh, I'm running out, on a flat foundation brush. I'm going to take the tiniest amount of this e.l.f. BB cream. It is SPF 20. BB creams are like my best friend in summertime. And I'm putting this on the outskirts of my face. I'm taking my e.l.f. Total, this is not the Total Face Sponge. I lied. This is the Total Face Sponge. Face blending sponge. e.l.f. blending sponge. I really like this sponge. I actually like it more than this one. This one I like to just use, it's not wet, and I like to use this, dip it in powder, and powder my eyes, which you'll see me do in a little bit. This is a bit more dense. I just love how bouncy it is. It's so much fun. I was like, wow, my skin looks so good. Like, it looks just so blurred and airbrushed, but then I don't have my contacts in. I can't see. I'm taking my time kind of pushing the sponge into my skin to really soak up any product. As you can see, the foundation I used wasn't a full coverage, and of course BB creams are not full coverage. So you are still able to see the sheen on my skin from that radiant moisturizer we used. Here's a shot from my phone. I really just want you to see how good my skin actually looks. Like, my pores look so good. It doesn't look like I have any product on my face in a good way. Like, it looks like skin, it looks natural. I'm telling you, all these products are like the match made in heaven. Flawless. Too Faced Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. I want to keep with the glow. And it still covers pretty well, even though it might not be a full coverage concealer. I always get my chin. If I'm doing concealer, I will always get my chin. Sometimes I don't always do my forehead, because honestly, most of the time I can't even tell that I put concealer there, to be honest. But my chin, always. Taking the somewhat pointy side, it wants to live that chubby life. I'll let it, because I'm doing the same. And I'm getting real close to my eye. I'm trying to be gentle. Sometimes I get too hard on my eye and I go like this, but then I have to remind myself to be gentle around the eye area. It still covers pretty well. If I really want, I can add a little titch more here, but honestly, I think I'm fine. This is a gorgeous concealer. Most of the times, if I buy a high-end concealer, I use it up and I usually don't buy it again. But this one, I think I would definitely repurchase. Too Faced, man. Some of their products, they really know how to get to my heart. I don't do this every single day, but I do it more often than not, so I will include it in today's video. I have been cream contouring with the Anastasia foundation stick in the shade Shadow. I'm just gonna mimic this shadow that you see right here with the foundation stick. I also draw these two lines just so it's easier to blend up. Same here, that natural shadow you see, I'm just gonna go over it. Do the depths of my forehead. Try to make it a little smaller. Maybe I'll try to contour up here. I'm pretty sure I'm starting to get a receding hairline. Grandpa, why hast thou forsaken me? I take a small dense foundation brush, kabuki brush. First gonna blend up here. Don't be ashamed to make that fishy face. I do it all the time. Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Powder. Like I said earlier, I love to just go in with the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge dry. It is not wet, although it works when it's wet as well. I'm gonna take the powder that I dumped in the cap and I'm gonna dip that right on the sponge here and start to powder my face. I'm only powdering areas of my face that I know get oily throughout the day. You can already tell the areas that I powdered just look more matte now, which is fine because I need that for my oils, but I don't want that appearance everywhere on my face. I still want the sheen we have going on the outskirts. Dang, I wish I sneezed like a cute person. We all know that this is a well-known bronzer, especially for summertime. This is such a mindless bronzer. You really don't have to think about how much you're picking up on the brush, and that's why I love it. However, I've been reaching for another bronzer, and I've used this in probably like my past 5 videos. Like my hand, when I stick it out to grab a bronzer and I go to grab something else, it's always like, and it picks up this one. There's just something about using this product. I just feel so good about myself. I love the packaging, even though sometimes it is so freaking easy to open. It's hard. I love the mirror inside of it. It just makes me feel luxurious. You do have to be very careful with how much you apply on your brush. That's why I like to wiggle it off. Sometimes I blow it off, even though I guess that's not sanitary, but it's my brushes, it's my face, whatever. This bronzer is just so gorgeous. I don't know how people though contour with it, like use it as a powder contour, because it is so orange to be a contour shade. I don't understand that. Even if you do have a deeper skin tone, it's not a contour shade. And then it would be too light to be a contour shade if you have a darker skin tone. I don't know, it confuses me. Whenever I watch a beauty video and someone's like, yeah, it has a cool tone shift to it, and I'm like, honey, no, it does not. What kind of contours are you using? This goes so orange on me. I really have to be careful with how much I apply, but it's just so gorgeous, so I keep gravitating towards it. I can't get over it how just the bronzer just seems to melt into my skin on top of the foundation. It just looks so harmonious and put together on my face. These are the blushes I have been using. The Physician Formula Butter Blushes. This is in the shade Natural Glow, and this is in the shade Plum Rose. This has a beautiful gold sheen to it. If you don't like sheens in your blushes, then you will not like this blush. This is a matte. The Plum Rose shade is a matte. Love this blush, but I've actually been using this more often, so that's what I'm gonna use today. I just love the color of it. It's gorgeous. So pretty. You might be thinking, wow, Mary, you're kind of going ham on blush. I am, because I go in with a fluffy face brush. Right now I'm gonna go in with one and I blend it, and a lot of it goes away just because I feel like I need to blend it in with my bronzer. Honestly, seeing my face, I feel like I really don't even need to spray it, and I don't think I'm going to. When I know I am going to be outside the majority of the day, I do tend to powder my entire face, and then I will go back in and spray my face with the Mario Badescu Herbs and Rose Water Spray, and it brings back that sheen. But right now, I love how my face looks, and I just don't want to spray my face right now. And for some reason also, my phone has a different lighting than the camera does. This is actually what I look like in person. Like, you can actually tell I kind of fake tan now. Like, I have more color to my skin, and you can see the tones, like the tone of the blush. The camera really just kind of whites out everything, including my skin, makes me look way more white than I actually am. I want to show you closely how good my skin looks. Have been trying to use and figure out this Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I have mine in the shade Taupe. I'm really trying to love it because it lasts so much longer than pencils do. I go through pencils so ridiculously fast. It honestly pisses me off. And most of them aren't cheap, even though I do like the e.l.f. ones. I never really do the same exact eye look every single day. I do like a variation of the same eye look every day. I guess like a go-to look of mine is like a simple transition shade, and then I like to smoke it out a little bit on my lash line. That's pretty much, I guess, what I like to do for my everyday look. So I guess I'll do that today. I'm gonna be using my Tarte Amazonian Clay palette, or the Tarteist Pro palette. I swear it has so many freaking different names. I'm gonna take the shade Innocent. I don't focus a lot on the eyes, honestly. Summer to me is all about skin. Like that right there, you could just slap on some mascara. Dukes is snoring like a little old man that he is. I'm gonna go in with the shade Fierce. This might look awful, but we'll try it. I usually leave this inner corner alone, but I feel like we should add a shimmer today. So I'm just gonna take the shade Glam in the palette, put that in that blank space. Easy peasy, rice and cheesy. Now I would either use a liquid liner or just use a darker eyeshadow shade and smoke out my lash line. So I'm just gonna use shadow today. I'm gonna use a tiny pencil brush with the shade I actually think I'm gonna do Punk today. Usually do this super dark brown smoked, but today I'm gonna use this black. Now that I kind of patted it on that lash line, at the very corner here, I kind of flick upwards. just a titch to give the appearance of it even smoking out even more. Highlight, I have not been getting enough of this palette. Such a good palette. This is by far, I think, one of Makeup Revolution's best products. This, especially versus their other highlights, this is by far way better. I'm gonna take my favorite shade in the palette. This is a Physicians Formula Killer Curves mascara. I'm just gonna put some of this on real quick. I love this thing so much. The only downside to it is that it literally lasts maybe an hour on my lips. It does not last long on my lips at all, so you have to continuously reapply this. However, when I do reapply it, it's easy to reapply. I love the smell of it, the taste of it. We usually taste the lipstick, even though it's unintentional. So it tastes bomb, okay? Physicians Formula Butter Lip Gloss, Butter Lipstick. I have mine in the shade Soaking Up the Sun. This does have SPF 15 in it, so it is sunshine friendly. Oh gosh, it smells and tastes so good. I love the glossy look it gives you. It's not a gloss though, like it's not sticky at all. It feels like butter on your lips. I love this stuff. I just wish it was more long lasting. Once you drink or eat something, it's gone. It's gone. And if you're like me and you lick or you bite your lips a lot, that's probably why it leaves me. But honestly, it's so easy to reapply. Even if it's in my pocket, I'm not in front of a mirror, I can just whip it out and I just know to like reapply it real quick. Super easy. I love this stuff. It's so pretty. Okay guys, that was my go-to summer makeup for you. These products, I swear by them. These products, I just know that they're gonna be there for me. They work. I know they work. They my homies. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. I will see you in my next video. Peace out.